What is going on, champions of the arena? I am the host with the most, Sleepy here. Welcome back to another Pathfinder Changes video, of course, where today we're going to be talking about future Pathfinder buffs, ideas, stuff like that. More content coming on the way for the rest of season 6, kind of like a direction on what we're going to be having, and also new Volt skins. So we'll talk about that. I'll put on images on screen to back up my info, and yeah, slap a like on this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Let's get into it. So Jason McCord kind of tweeted out earlier today. He said, being honest, the gap between season 6 launch and this latest event was my biggest worry on content release for the whole year. Now that's behind us, there's really cool stuff happening almost constantly until Christmas. Buckle up. Okay, first off, if you knew this whole gap was gonna happen where like dry content, there was no content, people. Since the start of season 6 until this event till aftermarket, it was dry. It was like a ghost town. It was bad, right? Instead of like knowing like, hey, we're not gonna have no content, why don't you release the vault in between the season like that? Why don't you release like just other stuff. Like just put out a game mode, people, a new game mode. Like if you knew it was gonna be dry, why didn't you do something about it? Like why didn't you just at least tweet or like do a Reddit post like, hey, sorry guys, we are like working on some great stuff coming up. Like why didn't you inform the community? Instead, the community is just like, oh, like where Respawn, the devs don't care, blah blah blah, this and that. When in fact they are working on stuff, but it's just a lack of communication. They're not talking to us. They're not saying like, hey, we do have stuff planned, just nothing until this date. And then after that, it's stuff, events after events after events, like constant content. And I'm happy about that now. Thank you for telling us that. But why did it take so long for this communication to tell us, hey, now that that gap is over, we're going to have content this whole time? That's what all I want. I just want communication with the devs. We put in money into this game. We put our hours, put our time. I put like extra time making content into this game. A lot of people do. A lot of people stream it. A lot of people play with their friends. You're putting your time into this game. I want to like know the people that are making this game have like are producing info about it too. They're not just putting up patch notes. Like I want to know what's going on with this game. Like every week, maybe an update. Like, hey, this week we're doing this. This week we're talking about this. What do you guys think about this? Like have us in the discussion, have the community in the discussion, and not just the pros. Like your average gamer too. Like what do they think? Also, about the Pathfinder quote unquote buff. You know how everyone, like, I made a video about this saying, like, hey, it's not really a buff. In fact, if you're a good Pathfinder, like, main, you're going to be noticing its nerf and how you're going to have more time. Even though how the sliding infects the buff or the nerf, the grapple now, because if you continue sliding after you grapple, your timer still goes up. And that's super annoying. So this is what one of the devs, Daniel, said. So he's basically responding to like all these questions right here. He says, "You're absolutely right. This isn't purely a buff. If we gave you that impression, that's on us. And I apologize. There wasn't enough room to give Pathfinder a change that would be a buff in all contexts. He's just too powerful." So right there, they're basically saying Pathfinder is too powerful to get a buff, which is super annoying, like an actual grappling buff. Why does this guy have low profile still? Why does him and Watson have low profile? I don't get it. I've got follow-up changes already in playtesting because Path is so very powerful. So very powerful. Like really they're making Path seem like, I guess he is one of the best characters, best legends, but still, like, you're nerfing him into the ground, Respawn. So unfortunately they were trying to test out to see how people reacted to this whole like change to Pathfinder's grapple and stuff like that. But since this bug is like in the way right now of getting like results, it's kind of like falling back right now on them. If you get what I'm saying, because we have like a Pathfinder like essentially like change, but they can't really collect data off of it, like see if like people liked it or not, because most people aren't playing Pathfinder right now. Because if you guys don't know, there's a giant bud where you grapple and half your screen is like taken up by his arm, so it's super annoying, kind of frustrating. But all in all, he says, all that said, I will still observe that the Pathfinder community very strongly values long distance grapples as the be all end all of powerful grapples. I really hope that players will experiment a little bit with short distance grapples. Why would we do short distance grapples? Like, I get it, like, but at the same time, like, we play Pathfinder to do the long distance grapples, to get out of situations, to push someone, like, we don't do it for short distance grapples. I really hope that the players will experiment a little bit with short distance grapples that actually help in combat. I understand that it's not the exciting thing you want to do when you are playing Pathfinder though. So they do understand us. They do understand like our us being annoyed about the Pathfinder like changes and stuff like that, but overall, it seems like he will be getting some more work done in future seasons. So this isn't the end of Pathfinder. He could still come back. Now he won't probably ever get that 15-second grappling god, as he used to be. Like that just Pathfinder is gone. But they will do some changes with him throughout the next couple seasons. So all those Pathfinder mains out there have hope. Eventually he will be in a spot where the devs like him and the community likes him. So pray on that. And then on screen right here, I have some awesome Vault images right here. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that subscribe button, slap a like on this video. Let me know in your comments down below your thoughts, opinions on all this, because I really want to hear about it. And I'll see you guys in the next video. These Vault skins, by the way, are just so clean. I cannot wait to get them. They're reskins, by the way, recolors. See you guys later. Goodbye.